So, if you're an Elder Scrolls person, or have any positive thoughts towards Bethesda, then you are probably aware of the Skyrim remake that is coming your way. If you're also watching this, which I assume you are, I assume you also want to know our opinion on all this. I mean, why would you watch it otherwise? So, shall we get started? Alright, so at the moment, we have this trend that's going on at the moment, you see, and we are remaking a lot of very recent games, and that's just what's happening. And I wanted to say right now that I find it a little weird that we're doing this. You see, well, not for the reason you think. I quite like an upgraded version of a game. Okay, I do. I really would kill for an upgraded version of the original Spyros, because they're incredible and I'd love to see more of them. But the recent games don't need it so much. I mean, for example, Skyrim. That came out in 2011, and that still holds up. Graphically and storyline-wise is still burrowed into my brain. I know that, and I know everything that it contains. And the thing is that, well, we can compare it to Call of Duty, right? Modern Warfare is coming out again, and everybody's going crazy over it. Like, I mean, great, you know, we get a game that we liked back. And let's bear in mind that that came out in 2007. Okay, that is the beginning of the 360 and PS3. Alright, that's when all that was. And there is a lot that can change in that time. I mean, look at the difference between Halo 1 and when it came out in the anniversary version. Or, say, Halo 2 and the anniversary version, I guess. I mean, that still works. And there's a lot of things that have changed over that time. Or from Halo 3 to Halo 5 coming out. Like, we have done a lot to improve things and change things over that time. And I think that if Bethesda are going to do this cleverly, and they want to upgrade a game to the modern era, they shouldn't be doing one where the changes are not as big and it's not as incredibly changing to the game, because, well, the immediate appearance and presentation of Skyrim will still look very similar to how it was brought out. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online is not that different. If you are in the areas of Skyrim, you can recognize it very, very easily, and that's meant to be hundreds of years in the past. All the graphics are very similar. Now, I'm not saying that I know best, or that this move doesn't have its merits, because I enjoyed Skyrim, and to be able to play all of the DLC, and with mods, and with newer and prettier appearance, I'll enjoy that, because I really enjoyed that game, and I liked where some of it went. But I think what the main problem Skyrim has is that a lot of the characters are two-dimensional, and that's where it falls down, is that you have Ulfric, who is a racist. Tullius, who is a robot who loves the Empire. There's Alduin, who's the bad guy and destroys things because he has nothing better to do. There's the Greybeards, who are like embellished Buddhist monks who don't want their disciple to get into a fight because that's just the way they are, even if it will save millions of innocents. That's pacifism to some kind of extreme, but they don't have any other characteristics. And that's a bad point for these characters. Now, I'm going to compare this game to another one of the Elder Scrolls franchise that I first played. It was the first one that I got into, even to the RPG genre in the first place. And that was Oblivion. Now, this game came out right at the beginning of the previous generation. That's about 2006, okay? That's when that was. And the storyline had the player close portals to hell to stop the demons coming out and murdering everybody, because that's just, what was happening. And you wanted people to live, right? You got to work for it, And this had a lot of colour, a lot of beauty to it, and there was a really organic world where the characters kind of had a little bit of an ulterior motive, and you had to kind of find it. And also, there was Sean Bean and Patrick Stewart, so, there's a hook right there. I would have bought the game just for that, but, I didn't find out Patrick Stewart was in it till about 2 years ago. So, but, also, the biggest hook that people keep playing this game over is the Shivering Isles. The expansion now that everything Bethesda does is compared to. It's what has now made their mark, basically, on the whole of the gaming world in comparison. And it was wonderful to look at. And then you also had the Oblivion Gates. Inside the Oblivion Gates, you're walking directly into hell. And you have to, wander across these tiny bridges, tiptoeing your way across, so that you don't fall into a giant pile of lava, or you don't have some hellspawn breathing down your neck. That's what it was about. And then on top of that, you had Mankar Cameron's Paradise, right? And that has a different name that I don't remember the name of, but it's a beautiful utopia-looking place. That's the point. It's supposed to look incredible. And, there's so many of these very, very different environments in one game. And, I could say the Shivering Isles again, because, yes, I've already said it, but it's still a valid point. You have two beautiful symbiotic worlds, and that's just in the capital city. And everything is going on in this weird place that doesn't make sense but does. And even at the very least, Haskell's level of disappointment would make it renewable, make it valid to renew. So, what I'm saying, and what I'm suggesting, right? And Todd, if you're listening, right, sit down and take some notes. I would recommend that. I would say that you should hold back on renewing Skyrim at the moment, okay? It's a great game, fantastic, go for it, okay? But not yet. See, you've got to let it lie down, lie low for a bit, and wait for people to really want it. GoldenEye got a remake, and that was so long after that, and people love that, but they were still playing the regular version until the new one came out. And anybody who's still desperate for this, but wants it to look better, well, they can buy a PC and get a free mod. That's not hard. I've done that. I've got, some of the nicer texture mods and all that kind of thing. And it's fun, and it's a lot cheaper. But I'd say you should instead go for an older game. Go for Oblivion or Morrowind or even Arena or Daggerfall, because they need that rejuvenation, and it will change the way people perceive it. Because, you see, doing that will bring that audience from Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online to you, to your game that you want them to play. Okay? And then, in the meantime, bring out another new title in the Elder Scrolls series that we are not going to be afraid of seeing, because, Elder Scrolls Online just makes me want to see more of these places. Somerset Isles is wonderful looking. It's great. And then, once you've given it time, do Skyrim Remastered. Because That's what it deserves. It needs to have a difference in its graphics. It needs to have a difference in the jokes and everything people know about it before you then redo it and bring it all back. I mean, there's still the joke of the arrow in the knee being put everywhere, but nobody's joking about the Oblivion Guards. I mean, or the adoring fan or anything. So, I'd say wait. But then, yeah, that's my suggestion. I could be completely wrong. But what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Tell me in the comments down at the bottom. And like buttons, because they're down here. Yeah. And if you want to see more, then please like, subscribe, all that kind of thing, and check us out on Facebook and Twitter. And I will put something somewhere, probably down here. I don't know. And yeah, you can see what we do constantly, and then you'll get more content. So, bye.
Hey! Hey there! If you want to see more content, how about you click over here? Or you maybe you click somewhere else. Maybe click the subscribe button down there. That'd be great. Thanks.